Rabbit's Garden Troubles by Rowan Obach. Illustrated by Eldon Doty. One sunny day, Badger and Rabbit walked down the lane. They saw gardens where crops grew and gardens where flowers blossomed. "These gardens are nice," said Badger. "The vegetable crop looks ready to eat, but I like the flowers best. They are so beautiful." "I love the flowers," cried Rabbit. "I would like to have flowers like these." "Are you thinking what I'm thinking?" asked Badger. "I think so. We should plant a flower garden," answered Rabbit. "Not just one flower garden," said Badger. "We should plant 2 flower gardens. That way we'll have twice as many flowers." The 2 friends promised to help each other with their gardens. Rabbit and Badger were fortunate to find open spots. They began to work. They used hoes to break up the soil. Soon they had 2 garden plots ready for planting. Rabbit got seeds from one shop. He pushed his seeds underneath the soil. Badger got seeds from another shop. He pushed his seeds underneath the soil. Then Rabbit and Badger watered their seeds together. "Look at our garden," said Rabbit. "Now all we have to do is take care of the plants. Then we will have pretty flowers of our own." Badger and Rabbit tended their gardens carefully. They fertilized and watered the sprouting plants. They pulled out weeds. They sprayed to keep harmful bugs away. All summer, Badger and Rabbit had pretty flowers. They picked some flowers to take home. They picked some flowers to give to friends. Everyone was happy to have so many flowers. All winter, Rabbit and Badger talked about their gardens. "I liked my yellow flowers last summer. It will be nice to see them sprouting in my garden again," said Badger. "I liked my pink flowers last summer. I look forward to seeing them come back again," said Rabbit. They made plans for the coming spring. They couldn't wait for their flowers to come back again. Spring arrived at last. Rabbit and Badger checked their gardens every day. In Badger's garden, little green shoots began to poke through the soil. In Rabbit's garden, the old dead flowers were drooping on the ground. Nothing was growing. "What is wrong with my garden?" asked Rabbit. "I did everything right last summer. I worked the soil." "Yes, you did," said Badger. "I fertilized and watered the plants," said Rabbit. "Yes, you did," said Badger. "I pulled out weeds," said Rabbit. "Yes, you did," said Badger. "I sprayed to keep harmful bugs away," said Rabbit. "Yes, you did," said Badger. "Then what went wrong?" asked Rabbit sadly. "I don't know," said Badger. Every day Badger's flowers grew bigger and brighter. Every day Rabbit's garden looked the same. Nothing was growing. Badger and Rabbit could not figure out what the problem was. Badger wanted to help his friend, but he did not know what to do. Other friends stopped by to try and help Rabbit. "Maybe the soil wasn't good," said Mouse. "Maybe you didn't use enough fertilizer," said Frog. "Maybe the plants got too much water," said Turtle. "Maybe too many weeds grew," said Fox. "Maybe bugs ate the plants," said Mole. Rabbit shook his head. "Thanks for trying to help, but Badger and I each did the exact same thing to our gardens. Now Badger's flowers are growing and mine are not." Then Owl stopped by. "I think I know what the problem is," he said. Owl went on. "Badger, you must have planted perennial flowers. They come back the next year. Rabbit, you must have planted annual flowers. They only grow for 1 year and then they die." Rabbit and Badger looked at each other. "That must be the reason." "We did everything the same, but only my flowers came back," said Badger. "That must be the problem. From now on, I will grow perennial flowers too," said Rabbit. Now the two gardens have pretty flowers year after year. Responding. Target skill. Sequence of events. What happens in this story? Copy the chart below. Then fill in the story events in the order in which they take place. Add more boxes if needed. Write about it. Text to word. What else would you like to know about annual and perennial flowers? Use an encyclopedia or other source to research more about them. Then write a paragraph that includes the facts you learn. Target vocabulary. Blossomed. Crops. Drooping. Fortunate. Harmful. Promised. Sprouting. Underneath. Target skill. Sequence of events. Tell the order in which things happen. Target strategy. Monitor, clarify. Find ways to figure out what doesn't make sense. Genre. A fantasy is a story that could not happen in real life.